Hi, my name's Kevin. I'm really excited to talk to you about a game called Magic and Machines, something I've been working on for the past couple years. I'm going to go ahead and play about 10 minutes of this and just tell you a little bit about my inspiration and design and what this game's about. As you can see, you start off at your mom's house. This is a nod to a lot of RPGs from growing up, from Pokemon to Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Golden Sun, Legends of Dragoon. There's so many games that just bring back this nostalgic Saturday morning or long road trip, and I really wanted to get that feel. I originally made this game, or started thinking about making a game back in COVID when I wanted to get into the gaming industry. I'd go on these interviews. Let me just toggle the run on real quick. I'd go on these gaming interviews and they'd like my experience, but they'd tell me that, well, I haven't worked in games before, and so I kind of thought to myself, like, why not make my own? I had no prior experience to development, to game development, any of that, so, just a lot of self-taught Udemy courses, YouTube videos to make this dream a reality. A little while after I decided to make a game, I was waiting for a flight, and this is when everyone was still wearing masks and sometimes like a full bag over their body. I was waiting and thinking, man, wouldn't it be great to play something for this flight? And I struggled very much to find a turn-based nostalgic RPG. And what I ended up finding was just games that required an internet connection or ports of old classics, like Chrono Trigger on my phone, but I didn't want to pay for something that I'd played several times and I had at home. So this is kind of where I thought, okay, what if I could just make a turn-based retro fantasy RPG, which is Magic and Machines, that was accessible and simple, and then for veterans also nostalgic. So just right here, you'll see this is kind of where the beginning level really starts. You're just working on your internship, and as you fix this machine, disaster strikes. So this is where you'll get some of the early gameplay elements. So here you'll get your swords, and the first thing with simplicity is you'll see that there's only 2 item slots for every character. It's just a weapon and armor. I felt like having a lot of item slots are great for a lot of games, but because I wanted that simplicity, I wanted new players to also be able to pick this up. I just wanted to keep it where you just have these 2. You can have a little bit of complexity with making a set, like 2 bronze items gets an additional bonus kind of thing. But the game will also just tell you, like right here, it'll just say, hey, you're getting these positive attributes if you take this, and if you swap something out, you'll remove it. The fight is turn-based. Pokemon has 4 moves, which is too little. Some of the classics have just a huge Rolodex of moves at the end when you really only use a couple. So I put this up to a max of 8, where you have 4 physical attacks, 4 magic attacks. As you level up and learn new moves, they'll replace previous ones. It won't be replacing like whole functionality. Oh, wait, let me talk to you about Overload real quick, sorry. Overload is the main battle mechanic where when you charge a move twice, you can now overload it, which then makes it stronger. So damaging moves do more damage, buffs maybe buff more, and they will have a longer turn effect. Healing will actually heal above your max health. That doesn't last after battle. So as I was saying, moves, they let you... they'll replace the ones that they're an upgrade of. So like flame goes into pink flame, which is my upgraded version. So you can keep it simple. I have another tutorial here. The way I'll do status effects are just with the number of orbs. Up or down will tell you if it's a buff or a debuff. I didn't want to clutter the screen with too many numbers, so I figured that'd be an easy way to do it. So yeah, the moves have been simplified. You don't have to think too much over a huge list. You just are physical or magic, and then you'll have upgrades of each. Equipment, just 2 items. Accessibility is the other tenet around, hey, I wanted it to be on your phone. I wanted it to be accessible to players new to the genre. I'm also going to put it on PC, so there's a Steam demo. And I also wanted it so like you don't need an internet connection. And that was also the tutorial. So this is the next segment. It's much longer. But yeah, so I wanted it something that you could play on the airplane. You could play like picking up. You can put it back down. It's something that's like doesn't take itself too seriously, but there's still some of those elements, which leads into sort of the nostalgia. I'll run through this dialogue so I can show you more of the game. Like there's secret bosses. There's legendary items that you can unlock. Oh, there you get a free gear here after you talk to the minister to leave town. So you're on a quest to leave town now. You're just trying to find a missing colony, and through your adventures you'll meet the remaining party members. There's 6 total. Your fire, Blair's fire, Smerslina's ice, Alda's water, Toka's earth, Mephefo's air, and Diana's plasma. You do battles with picking 3 of them, so you'll have 3 characters in your active at any time, and you can battle up to 6 enemies. So yeah, there's secret bosses, there's legendary items, there are little puzzles to solve, and this will be the first one. This is the forest maze. You'll see Smerslina appear. You also get your first party member. So one sign is fake, and you have to find the real one. And because Blair is fire, he can burn these little bushes. So that bush you see at the top, he'll burn it, and it can reveal like items. It can reveal hidden objects. The person you're getting now is Smerslina, which means ice cream in Czech. So you know, ice cream, ice. Everyone's name has a little bit of a connection like that with a different language. Since she's ice, she can freeze puddles of water, which lets you walk over them, and you can discover new terrains and things of that sort. I'm just swapping some stuff here, and you can see here she's got the freeze attack, while Blair has flame. I'll show you what their overloads look like in battle too. You'll also see this indicator, so that's taken from some other like Legends of Dragoon, other RPGs that show you when a encounter might come up. This is the fake sign. I'll show you what happens if you listen to it. You go back to the forest maze. After the forest maze is a town called Saddle Ridge, where you'll uncover bandits who've stolen a dragon. After that is the mountain trails and the Air Temple Isle, where it's these floating islands and these mountain folk. And then you have the Water Tribe after that. One more tutorial around weaknesses and criticals. So I changed the font size if you have effective or not effective, and the colors a darker red if you get a crit like that. The screen will also change a little. So the overload effects also, in addition to powering up, have improved little animations to make them feel a little bit more powerful. So you'll see that here I'm going to defend, increase defense, and it also gives you a charge, so you can use that strategically. Here I'll overload freeze, and you can see how this looks a little different, and I'll overload flame in a second too in the next battle, so you can see that. Yeah, so I'm just like very excited to get this on my phone to be able to play on an airplane. It's just a small little curiosity that turned into a passion project. I really want to make some more games. I've subsequently left games. I actually ended up getting into games and then leaving while I was making this as well. It actually didn't help at all. I got lucky. But it really did sort of light a fire in me, and I really much enjoy making these. And I've got so much more to learn. I'm just glad to release my first one, really. And it's just been such a humbling experience. I still feel like I'm learning more every day. Every part of the process is pretty exciting, even if sometimes it can be tedious, but I think that's part of it. Here's the overload for flame. Nice little fire effect. But yeah, this was about the first 10 minutes. I'm just really excited to share this. It's Magic Machines. It'll be available on mobile and PC. Thank you so much.